here with Bart Scott. Time to go viral. The Cleveland Indians rallied with a 5-run fifth inning on Saturday in their win over the Angels. And the rally was said to be sparked by a certain fan in attendance. Check out Baker Mayfield, who was on the Jumbotron. So happy and excited. Took his protein shake. Oh, that's not enough. Watch, here's another protein shake. Take that, Aaron Rodgers.
What? Why
I don't know.
Growling?
I think in my head that sounded like.
And why'd you call the Miller Lights protein shakes? That's a delicious American lager right there. Good. Well, that's the best beer chug we've seen, and it got the crowd fired up.
Full
he had
body.
to bite into that.
Bit into
A9 too.
It's all fun and games, so you cut your gums.
Yeah, that's fair enough. You sound like such an old man
really
today.
Cool. That was really cool.
Yeah.
I wouldn't drink beer once in my life.
Why?
For charity. Why? I mean, why waste time? Give me some alcohol. Give me some
Don't you
real
start
stuff.
out even like
no warm up.
A teenager, you did drinking beer, you start off with liquor? Start off drinking some Hennessy?
No, I ain't had my first drink until I was like 22.
Oh, okay.
This guy learns something new about Bart Scott every day.
I like
Where?
Yeah.
Still is.
All right, moving on.
Flocka now.
Man, Jenna like a drink. Now, Jenna can drink.
No, she cannot drink. She just drinks. She doesn't drink.
Do that with your Mick Ultra, Jen.
It is not a Milk Ultra. It's a Bud Light Orange.
Oh.
Moving on, Tom Brady's new
Zima.
contract extension may indirectly help the Cowboys. Dallas trying to get a deal done with Dak Prescott. And with Brady taking less money than he could have, the Cowboys have an example of great quarterback sacrificing to win Super Bowls. Important to note, Dak Prescott is not, I repeat, not married to a supermodel who makes $20+ million per year. Jerry Jones thinks that Dak and Brady got a lot in common. Take a listen to this.
It is the best example of what you can do with a quarterback that has leadership and skills and work ethic. And Brady is all of that. And without saying something Dak doesn't want me to say, Dak enjoys many of those same kinds of skills. And they came from about the same place in the race, from the back of the pack. And so that's what interests me about here he is 2 years later, if only that could happen.
You don't think about that Brady team-friendly deal, too? About Brady's team-friendly deal, too?
Well, we won't get into that.
Listen, on the sliding scale of eye rolls, I think Bart Scott has him one, coming in at an 11. Bart?
I'm just saying, let's understand who Jerry is, and, he's trying to lift his quarterback up. And listen, I'm not here to talk about Dak Prescott because after my comments last week, I'm not a Dak Prescott hater. I just know what I'm looking at because I've been around great quarterbacks, and intangibles are fine. But he lacks the elite arm strength, and he lacks, to me, I feel like the accuracy that he needs to be a tremendous quarterback. Now, can he grow into a better quarterback? Yes. But come on, Tom Brady, you're going to compare him to the best quarterback in the game? I mean, he hasn't even got to Russell Wilson level. He hasn't even got to Alex Smith level yet. Now, will he?
But now let's talk about Brady for a second. Because I understand Brady, when he first came into the league, was not the thrower of the football that he is now. Nobody would say he is. But Brady, by year 2 in New England, and this will be year 4 for Dallas, he was a more advanced quarterback from the pocket than Dak is right now. Now, the intangible part is excellent. And at that position, it's more important than any other position. The availability, the leadership, the fact that your teammates believe in you, and in big spots late in games, I don't think Dak gets flustered. And I think that helps him. I don't think he's a guy that gets worse at the end of games, especially if his team's behind. You might even be able to argue he gets better. But what Dak does not have is obviously, Brady had special talent that just wasn't fully unlocked until he'd spent a few years in the NFL. And he doesn't have Bill Belichick. He's got Jason Garrett, who's on the last year of his deal, where Brady, early in his career, was able to get all that experience winning where he just had to be a piece of it. The Cowboys are trying to put that team around Dak Prescott, albeit without the elite level coaching, but where, hey, we'll have a good defense. We've got this great running game. We've given you this great offensive line. But this is where Jerry does Dak a disservice. You mentioned Sanchez. You mentioned Bridgewater. He mentions Brady. What about, can Dak Prescott in year 4 be as good as Russell Wilson was in year 2? What about that?
Deshaun Jackson. Deshaun Watson?
Deshaun
He's not better than Deshaun Watson?
And no, he's not. And he's not the athlete Deshaun Watson is. But if Jerry had said, hey, that team in Seattle that won the Super Bowl, by the way, had an excellent running back in Marshawn Lynch, had the better offensive line they do now, a very good defense, and in big spots, they asked Russell to make a few throws a game. Now, Russell obviously had ability even higher than what he showed, but at least that's plausible. But remember last year, he's part Jared Goff, part Cam Newton. Now he's part Tom Brady. None of this is fair to Dak Prescott, and it's not realistic.
One thing, too, I don't think we're being fair to Tom Brady. If Jared Goff continues to develop under the coach, that coach can take credit. But we need to stop giving Belichick credit for Tom Brady developing his arm. Bill Belichick has not given Tom one drill to do to improve. Hey, Tom, how you get your hips in it? Tom, I need you to work on your core. Now, Tom has benefited from preparing against Belichick in his multiple defenses and the style for which they're going to practice. But Tom's development, you got to give Tom credit for that. We got to stop doing as if Belichick developed him as a quarterback. Tom could always throw the ball. Tom was not a great athlete, has helped with his athleticism, but Tom could always throw the ball. He's always had a good arm. He's developed where now he's got a great arm, but somehow Belichick's just going to get all the credit for Tom's career.
I mean, Tom is a self-made man. He's always coming with it. And I understand when you can compare him with the chips on the shoulders and you see Brady still putting up his draft card and all that stuff. But, you know, he's a special type of player. He's a special type of person. And for him to be able to still play at this high level, you have to give him the credit for what he's done in the offseason to plug in all the holes in his game, being able to be more of a leader. He's so accurate, you know, not athletics, but still having a pocket presence, being able to step up, step out, and be able to elude
mobile
pressure.
In the pocket.
Right. And when I think about him and I think about Peyton Manning, it's about their ability to recognize and remember and pull up that data of what you've done and being able to see your tendencies leaning on your feet. Those are the things that make him great. It's the little things, being able to catch you when you have 12 men on the field, being able to change the pace like a great pitcher. They throw it up, they throw it down, they throw it away, they throw you inside. He's going to keep you off pace. He's going to go cycle time. He's going to go no huddle. He's going to keep you off balance. He's going to smoke you out. Those are the things that make him great. You know, that's what greatness is, doing the little things, you know, making them look routine.
Did you have fun today, Bert?
I did. Okay. Welcome back, C. I'm glad you said it. You know, you can at him. Don't at me about that. I don't want to hear that. Got time.
Coming up, what on earth is going on with Antonio Brown's feet? Next on First Things First. We get to see those again.
Your notes, bro.
That's what I'm talking about, Seth. Great mind.